Hey, babe, I think we should have a baby. Why not?
It's just not the time, babe.
Baby, bottle, binky, crib.
Hey, babe. Why do I have all these baby ads on my phone?
That's not really how behavioral targeting works, but it's a similar idea. Howard Beals in 2010 defines behavioral targeting as the use of information about online behavior, including sites visited and interest in particular types of content. It also seeks to serve advertisements that particular groups of consumers are more likely to find interesting. Now, this is really important because everybody is impacted by this, as they are always targeted when they are interact on the internet and whatever websites they are on. Our thesis for this project is, although behavioral targeting can benefit both the business and consumer side of the ads, it overall has a negative outcome that can lead to labeling oneself, cloud the appearance of advertising ethics, and endangering one's privacy. Consumers should be able to turn their tracking off and on when they are online. Now, however, while yes, behavioral targeting is bad, it also has some benefits. The benefits of behavioral targeting include that for businesses, it greatly increases the revenue they produce when it comes to advertising. For consumers, it allows for them to get relevant ads that they will actually care about.
Social labeling occurs when society or peers around an individual label them into a category. Behavioral targeting can put these types of labels on consumers. Once they realize that they are being targeted through ads, they decide that the ads have categorized them and given them a label of a specific consumer. A 2016 study by Christopher A. Summers, Robert W. Smith, and Rebecca Walker-Rexig discusses that once a decoder internalizes the label, whether made by the company or by themselves, it can start to influence their actions and who they are. For this to work, however, the ads and label have to be somewhat accurate as to the character of the person. Here's an example of how this works. If behaviorally targeted ads suggested that someone was a healthy person by giving them fitness and health product suggestions, this person would start to view themselves as this and like they have to live up to this label and make better and healthier decisions. This is a similar idea to the social cognitive theory, where decoders see the message, internalize it, and then choose how to respond to it, but are still affected no matter what they do. The knowledge of social labeling means we should reconsider behavioral targeting because it can affect the personalities and identities of people to some extent. Should ads really have that much power over our minds?
Just as you should be careful not to label yourself, you should also be careful about the ads that pop up on your internet. Businesses use something called online behavioral targeting, or OBT, to create profiles for each of their consumers. In a Journal of Current Issues and Research in Advertising, Alexander Nill and Robert J. Alberts discuss in depth the dangers of OBT, and they say, quote, advertisers or their agents collect information about an individual consumer's internet activities to gain a broad consumer profile. The collected data include which websites the consumer visited, what search terms they used, and whether goods or services were purchased, close quote. Advertisement ethics are clouded when advertisers use tools such as search engine data and cookies to spy on the needs of their consumers. This only benefits the businesses and turns to ask, what about your privacy?
Every day, millions of data points are collected. A lot of people think that since they have nothing to hide, then giving up privacy shouldn't be an issue. They think that if they give up their privacy, the world would be safer. In reality, this massive data collection isn't making anyone safer, it is just taking away freedom. Surveillance is the monitoring, collection, and retention of data. And this is all the kind of information we're giving away. Do we really want companies to have all that information on us? They are using this information for their gain in order to make more money. This only hurts consumers. An early investor of Facebook, Roger McNamee, said, Facebook remains a threat to privacy. The company's commitment to surveillance would make an intelligence agency proud, but not so its handling of data. Users need to own their data and have absolute control over how it gets used.
Our solution and suggestion to the problem we present is the ability to turn websites' ability to track your activity on and off. This will allow for you to choose when websites will be able to see your activity and give you the choice whether or not your information will be released to these websites that you go on. While behavioral targeting can be seen as an important asset, it overall has negative effects such as labeling yourself, clouding advertising ethics, and endangering personal information. Our suggestion and solution of being able to turn behavioral targeting on and off will allow for consumers to have control over what happens with their website, data, and information. So now you know about behavioral targeting.